So welcome to Ginny's dressage boot camp, because if you guys don't know, dressage is currently our weakest phase. When Gin came to me, she really wasn't established in her dressage at all. It's definitely the thing she enjoys the least. But today, thanks to Equestrian for very kindly hiring me out a box for the next month, means that we can get ready for regionals and we can start our dressage camp. So for my regionals test, I have got to do a long format dressage test. I have never done a long format test ever before. Neither has Ginny, so this is going to be a real learning curve. We have been having twice weekly dressage lessons at home, but the thing with Ginny is she works really well at home. It's an environment she's used to, she's very calm, she's very relaxed. So we need to take her out, which is where the Equestrian comes in, because that means that we can get out and about. So today we're heading to Willowbanks, which have a 60 by 20 arena that we can hire. Perfect for this type of thing. Hopefully today, fingers crossed, this goes well. We actually only have just over a week until regionals now, so we are really cramming in all the practice we can for the next week. Good girl. Come on, wake her up a little bit off that shoulder. So our biggest challenge is definitely going to be the dressage at the regionals. I'm really not too worried about the jumping. Gin is a very naturally scopy, switch on jumper. She's very clever with her legs, but we really need to focus on our dressage because our dressage scores have not been the best. So like I said, we've come to Willowbanks. This is her first time actually being here in this arena. We've jumped here, we've gone on the gallops here, but we've never used the big arena. Also my first ever time riding in a 60 by 20, much bigger than it looks. So this is our warm-up, and I was so pleased with the way that Gin came into this environment and just warmed up really well and was really switched on and listening. I'm very relaxed to say that she'd never been in here before.
Right, what we'll do then, we'll just get her really relaxed and soft as we can.
Yeah.
Then we'll just practice a couple of the movements and then run through the test. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
So even lower if she will, and lots of bend round your right leg. So she just totally chills. I just want her to be so relaxed, really bend her. And make her go right in the corners, because it's a nice surface this. You know, you're on top of it, it's ideal, but when you do this test, you're going to be on grass, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So we've really got to get the bend as good as you can so that she's totally balanced cantering round the corners. Right, so turn your head and look up there, halfway between the corner and A. Halfway between the corner and A. There's a touch small and a touch far out there. Go again. Right, so you've got to be exactly halfway between the corner and A. Look at it. Look halfway between the corner and A. That's it. Now don't go too far down to K. Rounder. Good. Good. Right, we're going to do the walk steps on the diagonal.
Okay.
You should have your bearings for the move for these sizes there.
Should have.
On the left rein, I want to see the change of rein across the diagonal with the transition to walk 4 to 5 steps.
Between
S to P.
Okay.
On the left rein. Trot and you'll get the most compliant walk.
Okay.
4 to 5 steps counting the front legs. Whenever it feels good, 1, 2, 3, 4, trot. Right, so she just went a bit hollow. Do that again on the other diagonal.
Okay.
See, we've got to lose the waggle in the head. She's got to be stiller. Seat, 3, 4, good. Better transition upwards, good. I want to look at the canter. So, you go on the left rein between C and H canter, E, a 20-metre circle, give and retake the reins on the second half. Right, so 2 metres this side of the VP line. Don't get right up to it, too far out. 2 metres this side of R and S, and give and retake over the centre line. Good.
That was quite good.
Right, it was good. It wasn't finished though. I didn't get as far as reading the next bit because I was watching you. When you do it, it was very good. Do it just before the centre line.
Right, okay.
Give and retake. You probably did it for a stride or two longer than you need,
okay.
Right? It's a give and a retake without her moving.
Okay.
You did a give, a give, a give, a give, and she was polite.
Yeah, she was.
But don't give her that opportunity to come out of the bridle.
Yeah.
You know, your letters, 2 metres this side of P. Good. Good, sit like that. 2 metres this side. And give, and yeah, she didn't quite soften enough. Right, a V a half, 15-metre circle. Aim for S, trot just before S, and get the right bend just before S. Good. Right, that was good. The give and retake wasn't quite as good. She wasn't quite as balanced.
Yeah.
And possibly that was a bit the other way. It was a fraction too short, just in between. But she's just got to stay soft and balanced,
yeah.
Right? Don't let your reins go long.
Yeah.
Right, because then it looks like you're fixing her down here with your hands down there.
Yeah.
So make sure she's in front of your leg before you start. Stand over here out the way, then you can see the whole thing. I will.
Yeah, you'll have to shout it.
Yep. Tell me when you're ready to start.
Yeah, she feels good.
Right, up the centre line, without halting, C track left. At S, circle left, 15 metres. Turn your head.
At where?
15 at S now. Now. Look halfway between C and the corner. Then S to P, change the rein with a transition to walk 4 or 5 steps anywhere on the diagonal. Do it now if she's good. Calm, 1, 2, 3, 4, trot. At V, circle right, 15 metres. Corners, this is lovely. Corner, bend the ribs. 15 metres, so remember to turn your head and look halfway between the corner and A. V to R, change the rein with a transition to walk 4 to 5 steps on the diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4. M, medium walk. Use the corner. Calm, use the corner. Go right in it, good. Go right in the next corner. H to M, a half 20-metre circle, free walk, long rein. So you're 2 metres, your side of S and R when you cross the centre. She's got to stretch right down with her contact, not loose, long rein. 2 metres, just your side. At M, retake the reins between M and C, trot. Get the reins short because you're going to canter in the next corner between C and H. At E, circle left 20 metres, give and retake the contact when you cross the centre line for the second time. Canter to V, then do a half 15-metre circle, return to the track at S, seat, 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 seat. Trot just before S. Get the right bend. Between C and M, canter. Go in the corners. Canter contact. Canter. B, a 20-metre circle. Don't let the reins get long. Give and retake the reins when you cross the centre line for the second time. She's leaning in too much. At P, a half 15-metre circle. Return to the track at R. Use your seat to steady her. Right leg, push her out. Push her out. Trot before R. Before P. R, I mean, yeah. S, half circle left 10 metres diameter to I. I to G, working trot. G, halt, immobility salute. She just left her left leg behind a little bit. Apart from that, that's what she was doing the other day. Apart from that, the only time it lost the balance a bit was in that second canter on the right rein. She leans in.
Yeah, Jade, can you get off E because I can't see it? So that was our first ever run through of the test. Obviously I didn't know it as well at that point, which always makes it a lot harder to ride, but I was so proud of Jin because she really came out and tried for me. We ran through the test another couple of times and it just got better and better, and I was just feeling so great about her. Honestly, when I first got her, you couldn't even ask her to go in an outline and do a 20-metre circle in canter. She'd fall out, she'd get really upset because she found it such hard work. So it just shows how far we've come in such a short space that she's riding through a test like this so well already. Really proud of her. We then, after this, went on and did, I think, 3 more sessions in the week leading up to Frickley of different 60x20s on grass at different places, just to try and get Jin used to coming out and going to new areas, because we tend to find she tenses up a lot when she's doing her dressage eventing, which is why we're so focused on getting her relaxed and listening and bending around my leg, because that's something that we might struggle with on the day. But this is all our prep work, and I wanted to show you guys how hard we've worked up to regionals, because I honestly, the fact that I qualified for it 3 weeks before and didn't know I was going, and then put myself in the deep end, yeah, I'm a little bit bonkers. But do you know what? I'm a massive believer in, if you've got an opportunity, say yes to it and go for it, because especially with horses, you just don't know what's around the corner, and I was so determined that I'd give it my all. So there we go, our first ever practice in a long format arena, and were you a good girl? Yes, you were, Jin's so proud of her. She's just been the absolute best. Honestly, was not expecting our first long format test to go quite that well. Well, practice, maybe the test might not. We'll have to see, won't we, my love? But now that we know where the letters are, that's a good start. You were a good girl today. You were. Are you going to be a good girl tomorrow? He says, I'll see how I feel. But yeah, really good practice, part of our dressage boot camp. So good morning guys, it is now Friday, so we are 2 days away from Frickley, and today we're heading out for our final jump. Before Frickley we're going to Vale View, which is cross country on surface, because at the moment there's just nowhere where the ground isn't hard unless it is a BE course. All the training facilities near me, the ground's just too hard, unfortunately. So we are going to go on surface just to have a pop over some solid fences. I find Ginny and me are, touch wood, strongest at cross country. We have a fantastic time. We both really enjoy it, but I still sometimes when I walk the course can suddenly think, oh, that looks a little bit big, or it's more intimidating than anything else, I think. So I do like to pop a few bigger fences. And she's now not ran cross country for 2 weeks because obviously due to the really sad events at Aston, we didn't run. So she has had a little while not going cross country, and sometimes she can come out really energetic and really excitable if she's not done some solid fences in a little while. So we're going to go to Vale View. I've packed the box up. I just need to go get gin. I'm going to ride her in a snaffle for this, but I'll take her universal with me. I don't think normally in a training environment she's not too strong, but as I say, she hasn't gone cross country now for 2 weeks, so we will see.
So in the week leading up to Frickley, I took Ginny show jumping during the week at Port Royal, and then we came to pop over some solids here at Vale View. I absolutely love Vale View. You guys will probably know that from my previous videos, although we did come in the summer holidays, so they'd jam-packed like loads of really small fences in, which was a little bit annoying because we didn't have much space to get around everything. But yeah, I absolutely love Vale View. I really can't say anything bad about it, but that was the only thing. It was a bit difficult for Gin to get lines as much to the bigger fences, which was a shame, but this place means a lot to me. You guys will know it is very much the start of my eventing. Happened here when I first started having lessons with Caroline Moore, and it always makes me really miss her whenever I come back. But yeah, it was lovely to be back, and I got Gin all warmed up, and then I will very quickly just show you some of the lines we did in preparation for Frickley, because I'm aware that you guys want to get to the part of this video that is actually the regionals, but I did just want to show you some of the prep that we put into place before. So today is the day. I'm so excited. We are heading to Frickley Regionals. We're running on the Sunday, so this is the final day of Frickley, and I can't believe we're going to Regionals. I genuinely cannot believe we've got this far. Very, very excited. You know, I'm fully aware that the chances of us actually qualifying are very slim. The jumping side doesn't worry me. You know, there's always the chance of the odd pole or something going wrong, but dressage wise, we're just not the strongest. You know, we've never been sort of low 30s, never mind sub 30s. So I'm very aware that we're going to have fun, we're going to try our best, and that we're probably not going to come home with a badminton qualifier, but I am still so excited to have got this far. Like, this will be what, our 6th BE together. I've only had Gin 10 months, and we've had a big break in our season due to the fact that I injured my back and everything. So yeah, just to have got this far is incredible. I'm very proud of us both, and I love Frickley. It's my local. It's just a lovely, lovely event, so to get to go and do it with my best friend is just amazing. Yeah, excuse the terrible roots. Sorry guys, I will put a cap on soon so you don't have to stare at my head. But yeah, everything is pretty much ready. The box is done. I just had a few things to carry around from the house, just spare clothes and things. I've still not brought the white saddle pad. I'll go get the white saddle pad. But yeah, very excited. It's also my first ever long format test, so I've never actually ridden a long format test in a competition before, so excited for that. It's my first time having 2 judges. Obviously Percy ran he didn't run regionals, he ran round Frickley last year. Like, we competed at it as a normal B80. He didn't actually do regionals, so just got to say a massive sort of nod to Perce, because He's the pony that started this all. Had he not given me the experience and the confidence last season, there is not a chance I would be jumping Janae now. I wouldn't have the ability to ride her, and I certainly wouldn't have the confidence. That's all come from Perth. So hopefully he's had a word with her about how well he did his dressage test. But we'll just see. I have worked so incredibly hard these last couple of weeks with training and getting her out and practicing. My coach is coming today to warm me up and things, so we honestly couldn't have done any more. And maybe it's not our time, maybe it is, we just don't know. So we'll see if the stars align, but I'm just gonna go and have a flipping good day. So I've just come around to the house to get some toilet roll. Gem's just got here, my best friend, to come and support me, which is so exciting and so nice of her. Like, it's a 2-hour drive for her, bless her, and she's come to watch me. So she's coming in the box with me and Jade. Mum and Dad are joining later. Other people have said they're going to come watch, which is lovely. So I can't lie, I want to give you guys a little bit of a warning. Sorry, I'm just doing the game. Oh. Yeah, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a warning before we get into all of the action at Frickley. There's more than one reason why I brought 2 toilet rolls. One, you can never trust a Portaloo that they will have toilet roll. But also the secondly is that I am so emotional today. Like, I cried last night, I've cried this morning, and it's not out of being scared of doing this, it's not out of, I don't know, I'm just so emotional. Like, I'm so proud to have got this far already, and Gin means so much to me. Why am I crying? I don't know, it's going to be a really emotional day, I think. Whether, you know, no matter what happens, whether we absolutely do the worst dressage test of our lives or not, it's just going to be a highly emotional day because it means so much. And I genuinely never thought I'd get this far. Oh, I need to sort myself out. But yeah, I genuinely never thought I'd get this far. I didn't think I was good enough. Why do I need the toilet roll already? This was not the start of the Regionals vlog I was expecting. Oh, I shouldn't have put mascara on today. Today is not, I've not even brought it with me to sort myself out, so I'm too emotional for this game. I was getting emotional watching other people go around the course yesterday. Like, I went to go walk it yesterday, and I literally, when someone cleared it really well, I was almost crying. I am pathetic. Right, no more tears. I've got a horse to go groom. Here we go. Jin's having a forelock done because I never do it before we leave. She's got a massage pad on. All ready to go, aren't we, kid?
So we got to Frickley, I got my bearings, I walked the course the day before and the course was looking lovely. I actually think the cross country here was really nice. And yeah, I was so excited to jump it all. Jin got there, she warmed up so well. Like, she came in to this big undulating field and was super calm, which I was so impressed with. I brought Tracy with me to help me warm up because obviously it's a big deal coming to regionals, and I just wanted to be as well prepared as humanly possible today, and I also hoped that sort of having Tracy here would mean that
Gin almost didn't know it was a competition, like we were just emulating our training. That was the plan. But as you can see, I started by getting her working really long and low. Relaxation is key with Gin. I'm always trying to get her to just relax and take a breath and sort of enjoy the warm-up. So that was what our aim was. So then this is that now further into our warm-up when we'd started getting Ginny a bit more put together and practicing everything. I must say the ground for the warm-up was quite hard, so we were a bit limited on the canter work that we could do, which was a shame, but otherwise Jim was feeling good, she was listening to me, and yeah, I was really happy with everything up to this point. A little bit of foreshadowing for you there, it doesn't stay this good for much longer. So for those of you that don't know Jane, you might think, oh yeah, she's a little bit tense, but she's going around okay. She was so tense. So unfortunately Jade missed the part of coming through the wiring, which is where she kind of just starts napping and doesn't stop for a dressage test sometimes. I genuinely can't tell you if it's going to happen or not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. We saw it at Speedley at the start of the season where she can be really tense and really reactive in a dressage test. Obviously, we have put so much work and so many hours into relaxing her and getting her prepared for this, but I don't know what I'm missing in our training. You know, I really am trying my best, but she just came in and she was so spooky, which she never ever is very spooky, and so reactive. Every time I put my leg on, it felt like she was just reversing out of the bridle. That I try and keep my hands quite loose and let her have her head, because I find with Jen, if you really constrict her with your hands, she just will not do it. But I tried everything, to be honest, in this test. I tried giving her the rein, I tried taking the rein, I tried more leg, I tried less leg, and it was like riding a washing board. She had absolutely no bend whatsoever, which is such a shame because I know she can do this test. I know she can do this test in her sleep. None of the movements are anything she struggles with. It's just the tension that comes at an event. I think a lot of it is the atmosphere, but I don't understand why she can work 50 metres away from the arena absolutely fine, but the second we go in, she can't cope, and I've kept her away from other horses so she's not napping towards them. And yeah, I don't know what makes that little switch in her brain just flip to Crazy Pony. This bit doesn't look too bad. There's a lot of head bobbing going on, there's a lot of tail swishing, and to be honest, she just got more and more like frustrated as the test went on, and I was doing my breathing exercises. I was trying to ride her as calmly as possible, and this is when it started going really badly because Jin just switches off to my leg. She just goes, okay, and then just switches off when she's in this sort of mood, which is really hard to ride through, especially because obviously we're not allowed a whip. I wear quite small spurs on her. I don't want to be pony club kicking her around the arena. And in training, again, she's very reactive to my leg. She's really good with my leg. She just goes into a box sometimes out doing dressage eventing, and I cannot get her out of it. She'll either bring her head all the way up, or then she'll start burying her head. Like, she tries every evasion tactic possible, and I do think it is just that she lacks confidence in this phase. But I've taken her out everywhere and done this test, and she's been fine. It's just on the day, which is such a shame. And I've, spoken to my confidence coach about it. I've gone through what I do, and I know that I don't really tense up. I tend to be pretty good, especially in dressage. I don't find dressage stressful. It's the show jumping I find stressful. So the canter, we really lost it in the canter. She genuinely felt like she was just about to rear at any moment. I was proud that we at least managed a little bit of a 15-metre loop here, even though our line to S was very wibbly wobbly and I was fighting for my life. I have found as well she's really throwing me right during the test, which she's done recently, so I think we're going to have a look at that with the physio as well, just see if we can loosen her up on the other rein. This second canter was where it really all fell apart. She just wanted to go. I was absolutely riding for my life at this point. She has not been this bad in the canter work since I got her. to the point where this give and retake I was so worried about, and I had reason to, because she was just like, right, I'm just going to go out this shoulder and I'm just going to bomb off up here, and I genuinely couldn't get to my line for my 15-metre circle turn back. I honestly, it's the first time ever in a dressage test I genuinely considered putting my hand up there and then retiring, because I was so like, this is just horrendous. I don't know why I'm even bothering finishing. But we did finish it. We did a 10-metre circle here, half 10-metre circle to X from S, with absolutely zero bend whatsoever. She was only moving the front legs, and then she wouldn't go forward down the centre line. That's what I mean. She buries her head. So I had to really be like, come on, like, just at least get to your marker to finish.
I think that's the prettiest halt she's ever done.
But yeah, she was very, very reactive during the test. It was definitely my worst dressage test I've ever done. It's the first time I ever consider retiring in dressage. But yeah, not the test we needed at Frickley at Regionals. I can't lie, I was absolutely gutted for both of those and quite upset coming out of the arena, because we put so much work in. But unfortunately, that is horses for you. And yeah, we will just have to try better, try more next time. So after dressage, we came out, and I can't lie, my head was a shed. I just felt so deflated and so upset, because we worked so hard in the weeks lead up to Frickley. And obviously you saw how emotional I was that morning, and I don't know, I think I'd put way too much hope on the dressage going well. I wasn't even bothered about the qualifying bit. I just wanted the dressage to go well, and it went the worst it's ever gone, which was really difficult for me. And I think it's possibly the first time when I've really fully committed to something and really given it my all, and for it to have gone the opposite way and actually gone worse than what we were doing a few weeks ago really affected me. I can't lie. I was just feeling very low and very rubbish about myself, which is the reality, and I think sometimes online we don't see the reality enough. So that was the truth. So I went to go and walk the show jumping course. I had a 4-hour gap between my dressage and my show jumping, and I went to go and walk the course. I just kept walking around this course thinking, I can't remember my next jump. My head was such a mess that I just genuinely didn't know my next fence, and they changed the course since the day before, and I learnt that course. And I just kept remembering walking around going, I can't do this, I can't even envisage the course. And it just got worse as time kind of went on. And then I walked across country again, and there were places, especially at the start, where it was quite hard, and I just thought, I'm sat in last place, is there really any point me running the longest cross country course of my career when I'm not going to achieve anything? It's not like Ginny needs practice cross country. She's an absolute cross country machine. I didn't want to risk an injury, like to have walked away from Frickley with having such a bad dressage, but then to have an injury would have just absolutely broken me. So I went and sat at the box with Mum, and we had a chat, and she was like, shall we just go home? Like, your head's not in it, you're not going to ride your best. I know you wanted to do that course, like, you really want to ride around the regional course, but there's going to be another opportunity. This isn't going to be your last ever opportunity to do so. So, and I very much live like especially with everything I've had happen with my horses, with like snipping things, I very much live like you've got to take the opportunities while you've got them. But also, I think once your head's gone in this sport, you're best just getting off the horse. Like, if I can't even envisage me going around a show jumping now, I can't remember literally 10 fences, then should I really be coming out of a start box as well? And the amount of concentration and everything that you've got to put into cross country, I was just like, do you know what, yeah, let's just go home. So we didn't do the 4-hour wait. And also, like, to be fair, Jen had come back to the box and was just completely relaxed. It was like dressage had never happened, so that was good. That she'd got out of that sort of tense and upset mind frame. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. But I was still really like down in the dumps about it. So we just came home. She got to go and be out in the field and have a great time. I got to go home and sulk. So we're now about a week on, And I cannot lie, last week was horrendous. So Frickley happened, then my fiance was in a car crash. Thank goodness he's absolutely fine. He's not hurt himself at all. The car just had a bit of damage. And then sadly my little rabbit Tallulah, who you guys may remember from my videos, passed away. And she meant a lot to me, like she meant a lot. I hadn't reared her, I'd had her 8 years. She went to uni with me and all sorts, and my mum actually had to take her to be put to sleep while I was working, which really broke me. So I can't lie, last week was horrendous. It was properly rubbish. I don't think I've ever felt that low. Well, I've not felt that low for years. So that's why it took me a little while to get the Frickley vlog out, because I was like, I knew I wanted to share this because I'm all about sharing the highs and the lows of this sport. And do you know what, sometimes it just isn't your day, and unfortunately that happened to us at regionals. But it wasn't, and I, you know, my trainer was there with me. She was like, there was no more you could have done, you couldn't have ridden her any differently. Like, she just had got in that mindset, and there was nothing you could do to get her out of that inside the boards. Because I can't lie, I did come away from it thinking, I just can't ride, I'm not good enough. And I don't think that, you know, we've taken her out since, she's done a really nice dressage test, we're trying different things. So before, we were coming on a really long loose rein, giving her time to look at everything and just trying to be as calming to her as possible. But my trainer was like, she's not a mare that we can calm by being calm, she's a mare who calms by doing work. She's very much a workhorse. So now we're coming in, we're doing medium trot around the outside, we're keeping her focused, we're keeping her busy, and we're trying that sort of approach instead of just, right, work, bam, 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 inside flexion, outside flexion, like lots of different things, just keep her focused. Because once Jen loses her focus, there's just no getting it back. So yeah, dressage is going better, you'll be happy to know, after I did my absolute worst dressage test ever. And I always thought, you know, like, I can mess up a stride, I can miss out a fence cross country, but normally I'm pretty good at dressage. And I think for me to feel like that's my strong point, and to have gone and done the worst thing ever, like the worst test, I was like, oh my goodness, maybe I just can't do any of it. So I am feeling much better. I have had sessions with my mindset coach, which has really helped me. But yeah, it was just a pretty rubbish day, but that is horses for you, sadly. You know, they're not machines. There's clearly some sort of gap in my training where I really need to try and plug that. But anyway, looking at the future and looking at what we're aiming for next. So we need one more double clear to go to Bicton at the end of the season, and I would absolutely love to go to Bicton and do a 3-day event. It is very far away from me, it is literally the other side of the country, but I think Ginny would really enjoy it. I think I'd really enjoy it, and I just want to go for fun. Obviously it is a direct qualifier, we could possibly qualify, but I just want to go and do a 3-day event. I really wanted to do a 3-day event at Frickley, and then we put all our eggs in the basket of regionals. So do you know what, let's just try and do it. I've got a month and 2 events that I can possibly qualify her at. So I've got Epworth, and then I've got Bishop Burton, where I went double cleared, that the one that I've qualified for regionals. So Epworth's really close to me, it's a really nice event. The only problem is the show jumping's very tight, so we'll have to see how that goes. And then we've got Bishop Burton at the end of September, but in the gap between, I'm actually working away a lot, I'm really busy. So Ginny's going back to Nikki for a couple of weeks, and possibly going to run 100 with her, which would be really fun. I think she also needs to kind of do something a little bit bigger and a little bit more challenging for her, because I do think she kind of gets a bit bored and switches off at 90, but I know I'm not currently ready to be running her at 100. It's the show jumping for me, like the show jumping just gets a bit sticky at 100 for me, because I get a little bit nervous and go to my hand a little bit, or I just go to my leg and go, let's go. We have gone around meter courses, but yeah, I just want a little bit more practice before we get there. So that is the plan. We'd really love to do Bicton. We're going to aim to get that another double clear so that we can enter, and just enjoy the rest of the season. You know, there's not long left now, and just go and have a flipping good time, because honestly,
I love eventing. I did not love eventing at Frickley, which is a shame because I absolutely love Frickley, and me and Percy had the best time there last year. I'll put his video down below. I mean, it does show how far we've come, and also at the start of this video, the reason I really want to include Gin's training is because that dressage is what she's capable of, and that's how well she can go. And yeah, I just needed to remind myself of that. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for following our journey. And I promise to always share the highs and lows, because I do think that social media, especially on Instagram things, you know, you're scrolling and you just see everyone doing so well. No one shares the lows, and sometimes you just got to. So anyway, I'll see you next time.